A deadly late-night crash on the 99 affects the morning's commute. The mystery deepens as the search for the missing McFarland city manager continues. And a salmonella outbreak is linked to backyard chickens. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. A crash on Highway 99 last night backed up traffic all night, well into the morning commute. It happened around 11 o'clock last night on southbound 99, just south of California Avenue. Officers say a Honda Civic flipped over and the passenger, identified as 30-year-old Victor Hugo Garay Jr., died at the scene. The CHP says the crash caused a big rig to roll over, which you see right there in that video. Oil and diesel spilled onto the dirt shoulder when the big rig rolled, and crews were called out to clean it up, and it took them all night. That's what caused the backup this morning as they continued that cleanup. Officers arrested the man who was driving the Honda, a suspicion of felony DUI, though the cause of the crash is still under investigation. Meantime, a separate deadly crash in southwest Bakersfield killed a woman and sent a man to the hospital. We first told you about this crash as breaking news last night on 17 News at 5. It happened around 4:15 on Old River Road, just north of White Lane. BPD says a car headed south hit a curb and lost a tire. That caused the car to veer off the road and hit a pole. A woman in the passenger seat died at the scene. Paramedics rushed the driver to the hospital with serious injuries. No word on how he's doing this morning. Family, friends, and concerned co-workers are still searching for the missing McFarland city manager. An emotional plea from the mayor last night.
John, if you're out there listening, we want you to know that we value you. We want you to come home. We want to know that you're safe and with your family.
City officials and community members came together last night to say a prayer for John Wooner's safe return. The 57-year-old was last seen around 5:30 Tuesday night at Hillcrest Cemetery. Bakersfield police say Wooner told his family he was going to visit a relative. They say he's missing under suspicious circumstances. A witness told BPD they spotted Wooner at the cemetery, but no one knows where he went from there. McFarland city leaders also held a meeting last night to talk about plans for how the city will operate in Wooner's absence, though they did not make a decision. Wooner was last seen wearing a white dress shirt and khaki pants. He was driving a silver Dodge Durango with a California license plate 1390353. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call BPD at 327-7111. All right, thanks, Kevin. Making news around the nation, the abortion debate is getting more intense today. Missouri's Republican-led legislature approves new restrictions, and Louisiana is considering a bill. Missouri's legislation passed this morning would ban abortions at 8 weeks of pregnancy. Republican Governor Mike Parson still has to sign, but is a supporter. Women's rights activists plan to battle what they call an assault on Roe v. Wade. It could all end up in the Supreme Court. NBC's Carrie Sanders has the latest from Jefferson City, Missouri.
The abortion debate is raging across the nation with renewed energy. Missouri, the latest state to consider a restrictive abortion measure. State senators passing a bill to ban abortions at 8 weeks of pregnancy. The only exception, a medical emergency, not for rape or incest. The bill now goes to the state house before it can go to Missouri's Republican governor, who supports it.
We have the opportunity to be one of the strongest pro-life states in the country.
Now, lawmakers in Louisiana are hoping to join 4 other states in passing a so-called heartbeat bill, banning abortion once a fetal heartbeat is detected. All this on the heels of Alabama's new law, making virtually every abortion a crime. Now, with 29 states introducing restrictive bills, the stage is set for a potential Supreme Court challenge to Roe v. Wade. The emotional issue reigniting a divisive debate and quickly becoming a battle cry for Democratic presidential candidates.
They're trying to overturn Roe versus Wade. That's wrong, and we will fight back.
On social media, thousands of women sharing personal stories, both sides now gearing up for the long battle ahead. If new abortion restrictions are to become law here in Missouri, it has to be voted on by the end of the legislative session, which is this evening. Carrie Sanders, NBC News, Jefferson City, Missouri.
A baby boy who died after being found in a backyard swimming pool has been identified. Daniel Austin Gibson was found yesterday at a home on Vineland Road. 911 was called and firefighters and paramedics performed CPR on the boy. Paramedics rushed him to Kern Medical where he died. The coroner's office will conduct an autopsy report to determine the exact cause of death. A man police say stabbed another man to death is set to appear before a judge today. Bakersfield police say 66-year-old James Jordan stabbed a man in a parking lot on Union Avenue Wednesday. Officers say Jordan got into an argument with 43-year-old Verdi Jones, and it quickly escalated, and Jordan stabbed Jones. He died at the scene. Jordan's being held without bail and is scheduled to be arraigned on a first-degree murder charge this afternoon. New unemployment numbers are out for Kern County, and they show a dramatic drop last month. The current unemployment rate dropped to 8.4% in April, down from a revised 10% in March. California's unemployment rate remained at 4.3% in April, compared to a national rate of 3.6%.
Hi, I'm Scott with Aspire. I want to personally thank Kern County for trusting Aspire with being a part of your family's recovery. At Aspire Counseling Services, we take this opportunity very seriously and would be honored for your continued support. Call us today.
Welcome back in your 17 Health Watch. Backyard chickens have been linked to a salmonella outbreak that has sickened dozens of people. According to the CDC, so far 52 people have fallen ill in 21 states, and nearly a quarter are under the age of 5. No deaths have been reported, but 5 people have been hospitalized. Most of those who were ill came in contact with chickens or ducklings, which were obtained from places such as hatcheries and agricultural stores. The CDC is reminding everyone to wash their hands after handling live poultry, because birds carrying the bacteria can still appear healthy and clean. New research suggests current vaccination policies in the U.S. and other countries may not be enough to prevent a resurgence of measles. Italian scientists used a computer model to simulate the evolution of measles immunity between 2018 and 2050 in 7 countries with a 2-dose vaccination program. They project without any changes, 95% of the population would need to be vaccinated each year to fully eliminate measles. The study's authors say mandatory vaccination at school entry could help these countries prevent future outbreaks. Children with developmental disabilities are at a much higher risk of being bullied or becoming victims of crime. That's according to doctors in Texas who've developed a new self-defense program that's changing lives. Students at the Jane Justin School just completed a special self-defense course. It's an extension of their curriculum. But to the parents of these children, it's much more than that. Bianca Castro reports.
Ready! No! Ready! No! Striking motion.
Punching through stereotypes.
There you go.
Means knowing what to do.
We're teaching them, let's just get away. Let's observe dangers. Let's observe potential problems that could hurt us. On ready, we're going to deliver knee strike.
When danger approaches.
Straight kick. If we can't get away from it, which, there's a possibility you can't, how do we fight?
No! Elizabeth Raymond is 18 years old.
Run.
And as a longtime student at the Jane Justin School, she's now ready for adult life with a developmental disability.
We spend a lot of time teaching them how to be compliant and how to be good students and good citizens. We really don't want our children to be taken advantage of.
So Dr. Joy Smock and her team developed what they call the Hard Target program for their students. Statistics show people like Elizabeth are more vulnerable to physical or sexual assault because they may not be able to recognize danger nor protect themselves.
And the rates are really 3 to 5 times as high for those children and adults.
Yeah, well, and that's horrifying.
It's horrifying, and imagine how horrifying it is for the parents of these children.
We're excited.
Lonnie Raymond has lived with those fears. The relief now is overwhelming.
She's got this confidence. It's coming out, right? It's easy to let yourself be sheltered and be under mom and dad's wing forever. But she's spreading her wings on her own. The way the world is, why not give her that opportunity to put that tool in her toolkit?
I can be Daddy's little girl always. He won't always be there, or my brothers won't always be there to protect me.
But now Elizabeth is trained on how to protect herself, making her a hard target should the unthinkable cross her path.
Good job.
We're back now on your 17 Business Watch, and stocks are falling into the red again amid news that China-U.S. trade talks have stalled. The Dow down 113 points so far in trading today. The Nasdaq down 74 and the S&P 500 down 16. Checking out oil prices while we're at it, $62.78 a barrel. That's what West Texas Intermediate is selling for this afternoon. Midway Sunset started the day at $69.02 a barrel. In other business news this afternoon, Boeing may be one step closer to getting its 737 MAX planes flying again. The company says it has completed a software update for its grounded 737 planes. So far, though, Boeing says it has tested the new system on more than 200 flights and has provided updated training materials for pilots. However, the FAA has asked Boeing for more details and won't say how long its safety review might take. Boeing must get approval from the FAA before it can be cleared to return to commercial service. The company says it's working with the FAA to schedule a certification flight. The 737 MAX jetliners were taken out of service worldwide back in March after 2 deadly crashes in less than 5 months. Investigators have pointed to an automated anti-stall system in both crashes that forced the pilots to struggle with the controls. For consumers who pre-ordered Samsung's Galaxy Fold smartphone, your much-anticipated wait may soon be over. According to a South Korean newspaper, Samsung has solved issues with the foldable screen that delayed the initial launch. Galaxy Fold was scheduled to be released last month after accepting pre-orders, but was postponed indefinitely due to device failures in some test versions. Samsung has reportedly started testing the redesigned model and is expected to announce the new release date in a few weeks. The company will automatically cancel pre-orders if customers don't reach out to confirm their interest in the phone. CBD oil has been in the news a lot lately. People use it for all kinds of things, from treating chronic pain to anxiety. And now a new shop's opening in Northwest Bakersfield to cater to the growing demand. The CBD shop officially opened this morning. CBD oil is an extract of hemp, a cannabis plant that has no THC. That's the ingredient that causes a high. The oil's touted for everything from pain to inflammation to anxiety. The CBD shop's on Hageman Road, and it will be holding a grand opening celebration this afternoon from 4 to 7 p.m. with special deals. Owners will be giving away a 1-year supply of CBD. A new score being added to the SAT will help college admissions officers determine student hardships. The adversity score will be calculated using 15 factors ranging from the quality of the student's high school to the crime and poverty levels in their neighborhoods. That will help admissions officers determine hardships like educational or economic disadvantage. The score is based on a scale between 1 and 100. The average student gets a score of 50. Anything above indicates hardship. Anything below indicates privilege. Only college officials will see the adversity score when reviewing applications. It won't even be reported to the students. A warning for parents. Kids are finding a loophole in school technology. Liz McLaughlin explains they're using popular student software for inappropriate chats, including sexting and cyberbullying.
Teachers are managing more schoolwork online.
But it's also about saving paper, right?
With students taking advantage of tools such as Google Docs and more than 80 million now using G Suite for education.
You walk in the room, you see your child working on a Google Doc, and you think, excellent, they're doing schoolwork. Hopefully, but that's not always the case.
Monitoring services, including Bark and Gaggle, say a growing number of students are using the cloud-based platform as a DIY social media network.
Here's how it works. Students invite their friends as collaborators. Then they can all access the same document, and there they can post text and photos, making it a secret chat room.
Experts say that can circumvent school firewalls and parent tech rules, causing problems beyond just a distraction from schoolwork.
Sexual content can be found, expressions of depression and anxiety, even drug deals can go down.
In some instances, students create digital burn books for online harassment.
At Bark, we've seen over 60,000 incidences of children using that platform to cyberbully one another.
Some schools utilize monitoring services to scan for this behavior, but without it, students can easily delete content without a trace. Putting the onus on parents to make sure online learning tools are used for just that. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
Hi, I'm Scott with Aspire. I want to personally thank Kern County for trusting Aspire with being a part of your family's recovery. At Aspire Counseling Services, we take this opportunity very seriously and would be honored for your continued support. Call us today.